my name is HistoryWes, and welcome to Family Quest. Um, this is a little bit of a weird episode today because I am doing some tunneling and building in the Nether. I was having dinner with my son yesterday and others, and he suggested just tunneling north in the Nether as far as possible, so that when we updated to 1.18, we could go north and see what kind of cool landforms we have there, and we would already have another tunnel built. So I thought that's a great idea, and he would be going south, but I don't know if he's going to follow through or not, but I am. So right now we're going to throw a bunch of netherrack into the smelter here. Today I'm picking up a lot of netherrack, but I'm also leaving a lot of netherrack just laying around. I hate leaving resources, but you can only use so much netherrack, right? So let me throw some stone in here and get together some resources I need. Specifically, I need some pumpkins because we're going to make some jack-o'-lanterns for light. And I've got an automatic pumpkin farm, and it just produces pumpkins like crazy. I should be using pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns rather for light more often because you don't have to harvest them, you don't have to dig for them, you don't have to farm them really. Once you've got your automatic farm set up, everything's done for you. And here we go. This is Sunday morning as I'm filming this. I've been off school. I was out sick Friday, and then relaxing and trying to recover yesterday. I am having a very difficult time this year. It's a tough year. I'm sure it is a tough year for everyone. Students and teachers coming back after a year plus on COVID lockdown. Now we're in classes full time. Teachers have forgotten how to teach. Students have forgotten how to learn. It's tough. For a lot of these kids, I mean, I'm teaching sixth graders rather, and they haven't had a full year of school since fourth grade or third grade in some cases. So we have to guide them through. In addition to teaching our content, in my case, which is history, we have to teach them how to learn again because a lot of them have forgotten. And it is exhausting. Add to that the fact that there is a massive teacher shortage. We are short full-time teachers at our school, and can't get a sub for anything if you're out sick. So other teachers have to fill in for you, which means I have to fill in for other teachers. And need some torches here. Anyway, I wasn't intending to go on a rant about it, but it is exhausting, and I am an old man now. In a few days, I'm going to turn 62 years old. So this is going to be my last year teaching middle school for sure. I'm planning an early retirement. They have an early retirement program I can take advantage at the end of this year. Not that it's all that early for me. I could retire under normal circumstances in the middle of next year. The thing is, I'm going to have to work a couple of years until I get Social Security because insurance is just crazy, and we live in a country where being sick can bankrupt you. And I need some dark oak doors, trap doors. Um, but so I need to work at some kind of job, but it doesn't have to necessarily be teaching. But if I am teaching next year, it's not going to be a middle school. 28 years teaching middle school has been enough for me. I'll either be teaching at a high school level or college level or working at a private school maybe, or maybe I'll do something entirely unteaching related. I have a lot of other experiences. I've got 2 master's degrees, so there are a lot of things I can do. And as some of you may or may not know, I'm a novelist on the side, so you never can tell. One of my novels may take off. Got a couple of them doing fairly well, just not enough quite to live on. So I'm not just digging a tunnel to the north, but I am fixing up the tunnel, enclosing it, making it look nice as I go. And we have the one section of the tunnel here that has already been dug out, and there is a nether portal at the end of it that just goes to the top of a mountain. And it doesn't represent, there's nothing there other than the farthest north point that we have previously explored in this world. What am I looking for? I need, there we go, I need a flint and steel because I have to resize that portal. Now, on a previous episode here, you saw that I went and I explored what the terrain would look like once we updated to 1.18. Terrain to the west of my base. Here's the area that I was working on. Well, Mojang changed the world creation again, so that area that I found that was so amazing is not nearly so amazing anymore. And there's still some cool features there, but it's not the be-all end-all that it looked like it was going to be with these snowy peaks and everything else. The snowy peaks are gone. The big cave systems are still there, but and also the massive Badlands area is gone. So going north is probably what I'm going to be doing in the long run. Of course, it's not that long. It's only probably 4 to 6 weeks before they update to 1.18. It should coincide nicely with my new chair arriving. I ordered a Titan 2022 Minecraft Edition gamer chair from Secret Lab, and it's supposed to be here like in a month and a half. So here we go. We just cover up all of these jack-o'-lanterns with chocolate trapdoors here. They look like a chocolate bar. These dark oak trapdoors, and then you can't see the pumpkin, the jack-o'-lantern, but they provide all the light necessary. That's just beautiful. Then the only thing left to do in this part of the hallway is to put the ceiling in, which is just going to be a where do you guys come from? Oh, from that hallway there. Because this area is non-spawnable now. Anyway, the ceiling is just going to be cobblestone slabs. So I'm using cobblestone and dark oak Not because I like the combination especially, but because those are the materials that I have the most of, having just hollowed out a woodland mansion. And that provided a lot of dark oak, especially among other resources. So that other little hallway there goes down to another portal that just opens up in the desert. I don't even know why that's there, other than, oh yes, I do. A long time ago, I decided I wanted to fight a wither in the desert above ground, and so that is the location of the wither fight. I got killed, and I had to ask my son John to come help me kill the wither, which we eventually did. There we go. So Family Quest is a game, Minecraft world that is hosted on Realms, which is Mojang's server setup. It's $10 a month. It's a little less if you pay by the year, which I do. I think it averages out to about $8 a month. You can get cheaper server solutions elsewhere, but this was just so easy. So this is set up right now. We have 4 players. Me, my daughter, my son, my daughter-in-law, and we've been playing on it for about 2.5 years. So this world is about 2.5 years old. We've just built a ton of stuff on it. It's a family game, and we do have some other family members that we would like to include, but so far it's just the 4 of us. Mostly it's just the 3 of us. My daughter is got a wide circle of friends who she plays other games with, but my son, my daughter-in-law, and myself, this is our main Minecraft outlet. Okay, I'm going to rebuild this Nether portal right here. Just widen it and raise it up and lower the bottom so it fits in the floor, and this way will completely cover the hallway, and you can just run through it or walk through it and continue on down the hallway. Technically we don't really need this portal because like I say, it just goes to a mountaintop that we don't really use for anything. Yeah, it looks pretty good. But we might start using it for resources or something, so let's take a look. Zombie piglins everywhere. Okay, yeah. Top of a mountain, surrounded by there's some ice spikes. You could just take one of these rocky peaks and just take it down to 0 and get all those resources. Or it could just be a stop-off point. Okay. So just have a little bit of work, and then we'll be ready to continue our tunnel on the other side of that. So I was mentioning the fact that I'm a novelist. I do have a channel on YouTube called Author Wesley Allison, where I do some readings from some of my books. I write science fiction and fantasy. If you'd like to check that out, I'll put a link in the description below. right now with my work as a teacher, it has been really hard to find time to write. And I've been fiddling around with several projects. I wrote a book a few years ago called His Robot Girlfriend, and I wrote a sequel, His Robot Wife, and then that became a series. The latest novel in that series is called His Robot Wife, or it will be called His Robot Wife Extreme Patience. And I've been working on that for a while, although kind of had to take a break. There, this looks much better with the ceiling on, doesn't it? So I've got that book under construction. I've got 4 or 5 books that are in various stages of completion. A space sci-fi book. I write another series called Astrid Maxim, which are specifically targeted at middle school students, about a girl genius, girl inventor. And I've got a new one of those that's about 3/4 completed. That'll be Astrid Maxim and the Great Water Project. And yeah, we're going to take a look through this portal down here. It is the end of the hallway, so that doesn't go anywhere else. And as I said before, here we are in the desert. There's our zombie piglins. And I bet you there are plenty of other bad things out here. Yes, there are. Endermen, husks, zombies, skeletons, spiders. You really don't want to be out there at night. I don't know why I thought that was a great place to fight the wither. At the time, it seemed like a good idea. We do have a wither killing altar now in the end, under the end portal, like everybody else in the world does. Anyway, writing is it is my great escape, my chance to get away and recharge, get away from the real world. But school is so tough right now, I just haven't been able to write very much. I was teaching 7th grade history for years, for, I don't know, 20 years now, and that's U.S. history, and I'm pretty good at it, and had all the material, and was set up to continue teaching. And then the powers that be decided that, oh no, this year I'm going to teach 6th grade ancient civilizations. Now, I can teach anything, and I have a minor in history from my bachelor college days, and I have a master's degree in curriculum instruction and technology, so I can put together a program of learning. But having to do that just during these COVID times, when there's nothing left for you, there was no material or anything else that was left from previous teachers that was any use. And when I started the year, there were 2 teachers teaching that class. The other teacher hadn't even been hired yet, and wasn't hired until school had been going for a month and a half, and he was brand new. This is his first year teaching, so it was a rough start to a year, in addition to everything else that was going on. Sounds like I'm complaining a lot. Um, I'm not really. I love teaching. Um, it's just been a tough year. I'm glad I'm not. I'm glad I don't have 10 years left to go to retirement or something like that. Um, there are a lot of teachers that are in that position, and they're quitting. There is no great line of people waiting to become a teacher either. Um, we're losing our teachers fast, and there's nobody who wants to be a teacher to replace them, because it is a tough job. You are legally responsible for a lot of things, including the protection of people's children. Um, in a world where um, terrible things happen, and happen at school a lot of times. In addition, you're evaluated on whether your students know the topic you're teaching, whether they are paying attention to you or not, whether they know how to read before they get to you or not, um, whether they are living at the corner of the street in a abandoned car, or whether they're in a mansion up on the hill. Um, you're expected to fix everything, and the pay is not bad, but it's not great for all that you have to do. And for the amount of education and intelligence and skill that's required, you can get 100 other jobs doing things much easier and much better pay. So that's why nobody's lining up to become a teacher. That being said, there are some huge rewards. You get to see some fantastic young people, and hopefully, make a positive impact in their lives. Hey, a guest. That's a good thing. One of my favorite things in the entire world is teaching something and looking into a kid's face just as he makes a connection. When he realizes, that's why it's that way. That's one of the coolest things ever. Alright, so now I'm digging this tunnel. I'll have to raise this. I'm doing the two sides now, of course. Raise the ceiling in the middle, and then I will start filling it in. I usually like to put carpet down first, or if I'm doing slabs or something else, glass blocks, whatever. You want to put something non-spawnable there. And since I have a wool farm, I've got lots of wool for carpet, so lay down the carpet, but you don't want to do that until you finish digging, because you've already seen how much lava you're going to encounter. If I did not have the armor that I've got now, which is just maxed out netherite, actually it's more than maxed out, it's god armor that's not even possible to make anymore. We were able to make it back in 14.2, I think, 1.14.2 for like a month, you could put multiple enchantments on armor that you can't mix anymore. But anyway, if I didn't have this armor on, I would definitely be drinking some fire potions, fire resistant potions, because I've got just a ton of them because of that piglin I have back there, for piglin bartering. But anyway, once I get the ceiling dug out and I'm not likely to hit any more lava, I'll lay down my carpeting and then start working on the walls. And then of course I get down to this area and we have after this section of the tunnel we have bridging instead of tunneling. Bridging I made, well, you make use of that those fire resistance potions, because the biggest problem with bridging is some gas come along shooting you and knocking you off the bridge. Yep, lots of lava here. I remember when I started playing, I would be digging in the Nether and then I would hit some lava and then I would detour way around that area thinking that there was like a large pocket of lava there. But usually, as you see, there's just one empty block with some lava in it. So, yep, here we go. So we'll bridge out over this after we get this section of tunnel completed. So, what else can I talk about? Well, I've got a captive audience here while I'm digging in the Nether. Minecraft is just the greatest game. I say this like every video that I make. You should get your parents and grandparents to play it. It's good for your brain. Exercise that creativity. When I'm making these videos, I frequently forget a word that I'm at that age where I'll be having a conversation. I'll forget the word that I'm trying to think of. And I honestly think Minecraft is like helping my cognitive abilities, because it's not just a memory game or something, it's a creativity game. It's a sandbox game. You can do anything you want to. And what I want to do is just build and build and create. And I think that's the best part of it. But you should play Minecraft however you want to. The other day somebody asked me, one of my students asked me, knowing that I play Minecraft, what I thought about playing with the retain items when you die feature turned on, because you can turn that on. And I said, you know what, I've actually got that on in this game. We had a little vanilla tweaks add-on where you made, if you died, it made a little grave, and that was like a halfway feature. It would prevent things from despawning, and yet you would still have to go find them. The problem is that every once in a while it glitched and you ended up losing an item. And at this point we've got quite a bit of stuff that we can't remake, like this god armor I'm wearing. So we decided, my son and I just decided we would turn on the retained features when you die setting, and I'm fine with that. Play Minecraft the way you want to play it. It's your game. If you want to speed run and See how fast you can kill the dragon? Go for it. If you want to play hardcore and if you die, lose everything, go for it. If you want to play in creative, do that. You should play any way you want. So if I were to die right now, I would respawn back probably in my bed, although I don't remember for sure where oh yeah, I do. I slept last time in my house, in my base. So I would respawn there, and I would have all of my gear with me. And you know what? I don't have a problem with that. I agree with somebody. I think it was one of the YouTubers, maybe Toy Cat, who said they should change the settings where it says cheats on or off. That they should change that to like options on or off, or because it's really not cheating. It's you're playing the game the way you want to play. As long as you don't misrepresent yourself, as long as you don't play, tell everybody you're playing in survival or in hardcore, and then you're playing in with all of settings turned to the opposite. As long as you don't misrepresent yourself, you're fine. As far as I'm concerned, play the way you want. I will definitely want to keep this quartz. When I get to the new base, I'm going to need to make a bunch of comparators for the new storage system. I can't wait to get started. I wish they would get the new update out so we can find a new place to get started, build our new base. It'll be awesome. So between now and then, this is it. This is all I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be working on this tunnel. Tunnel/bridge/tunnel, bridge, tunnel. Back and forth, just going as far north as I can. Anyway, I think that I've rambled on long enough. So thanks for joining me. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you listening. If you have any comments or questions about anything I was talking about, please feel free to leave them below. Stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, keep on Minecrafting.